Friends, you know what time of the night it is. It's time for mini live. If you're not here, you know it work out already. Mini lives are short, quick lives that we kind of go over a particular topic. Coco is here, Amber is here. Can Amber be the light that shines in the darkness of all of this baby thing? Darkness, darkness, everybody. Let's go.
So the other day,
Mm-hmm.
Kai was over here
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with him and I was holding him and
Mm-hmm.
Coca, I started looking at him and I felt like he does not look like Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking at his nose, his eyes, his mouth. And yes, he's light skinned, red bone like Anthony, but when I really looked at him, I'm like,
You know,
is this really his baby?
girl, for real. You really going there? Like,
She is going there, Coco, and she has to go there because there's just no the resemblance. The thing that they're talking about is resemblance. They're talking about the features, the facial features are those little things, and she's not wrong for trying to look at this. But you know, hey, you go, Amber, keep pressing this issue. I feel like people don't want to see her press the issue at all. But Amber needs to go ahead and press the issue as much as she can. I don't know if she's excited. Some people say she gets excited too early. I don't think she's getting excited right now. I think they're just, But let's see. Somebody says they're setting Amber up to be the villain now. Watch. But how does she become the villain? That's the question. It's tough. It would be tough for me to see her as the villain at this point, but I can understand that. Coco is in the building. Spoon 12 says that Coco is in the building. Of course, Coco there. So the thing is, can Amber besiege Coco in terms of the whole idea of this baby thing? You understand? I looked at Reggie today and wow, twins. So somebody said look on Reggie and look like it's a Reggie baby. Amber just be spreading the gospel. She's doing the best she can with this. She just have a certain conviction, and that's all that's happening right now.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw him, I saw
Mm-hmm.
Anthony as a baby. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the little blonde hair threw me off. Child, the little red hair threw me off. But maybe it was somebody in her family. But I mean, y'all got a DNA test, right? I mean, he took your
Now see, that's the thing.
what?
I asked Anthony about it,
Mm-hmm.
and he said something about Shayla and her mom facilitated that whole DNA.
Anthony, please tell me you lying. Please tell
I'm
me you lying.
not.
And this is the issue. This the biggest issue with all of this is that the DNA test comes under scrutiny because we're talking about Angelina, we are talking about Shayla. When we talk about Angelina and Shayla, they're not the most honest people in the world. So that's where the scrutiny comes in. Honestly, for me, this is where the scrutiny comes in. The scrutiny comes in that DNA test was done by them. Maybe if they had had the DNA test taken by Anthony, we could have moved on, but that's it. You understand? That's just what's going on. So now they don't want her to go there. Press the issue, Amber. More time to press the issue. She even press the issue and press the button. But press you. We not press people. Press people button. You understand? Amber just needs to divorce him. Renanda, honestly, she does. But hey, if this is going to provide some amount of clarity for them, then hey, it makes sense. Only can they find a picture of Reggie. I will try to see exactly if I can do that. The dancing coach. I will try to see if I can find a picture of the dancing coach. Wayne is stalling on wrapping up the DNA. Who in their right mind would run an official DNA test on that baby? Ridiculous. Take the test and stop telling everybody. God. She didn't even take the test. D Jones, where's the D Jones? I wish they'd move this storyline as fast as some of the other ones. I wish to D Jones, but it look like it's their money maker, so that's why they do this. For whatever it is. Chris said, if not care what the father of Kai is, ever since Wayne start back with the writing in the skits, it's been stupid and boring. Because some of the time he does write them kind of weird with the whole idea of it at this point. But hey, it is what it is. The villain, to be a baby. Her husband had an outside marriage. Make it make sense. Hemi girl, that's what I said to her. It's gonna be tough for Amber to be the villain, but even if them try and write it that way, I still will not wrap my head around her being the villain, to be very honest.
Please tell me you lying.
Not lying.
Please, he did not let Doofus 1 and Doofus 2 do a DNA test.
That's
And
what
he
I'm saying.
trusted that?
Listen, men are so
Oh
dumb.
my God, I knew the boy was slow, but I didn't know he was radio slow.
So Coca, I really don't believe that this is Anthony's baby.
What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna take another one?
Well, I talked to him, and yeah, we gonna do that.
So she doesn't believe that this is Anthony's baby. And why she not believe that? We don't know. You know what I mean? She have a conviction right now. No. If it is his child, you see, okay, why I guess I'm comfortable. Why should Amber be the villain now for asking about Shayla's baby? She's Anthony's wife. Why shouldn't she ask questions? She should ask questions. Here's the deal with Amber, and here's what I love about this Amber versus the other Ambers. And Amber is smiling. Here's the deal I love about this Amber. This Amber is very much more measured. And she has already said something that I'm okay with. She said, Anthony, if this is your baby, we'll deal with it. But what if this is not your baby? Then what? And she's right. She has already said that, So don't forget that she has already said that. If this is your child, then Anthony, so be it. We will deal with it. But at least I'll be okay knowing that this is your child and we never spend all of this time working on this baby that's not yours. And she's right for saying that. She's right for saying that. Angela Phillips, where say Angela Phillips. Amber Only Lambert has chosen to stay with Anthony. Leave that issue alone. Well, you have to get to the issue.
I'm like, you can't just be trusting.
Girl, you know Shayla ain't gonna let him do that, especially if they up to something.
We gonna handle it. We gonna get it done.
Okay.
Cause I need to know. He need to know. But I'm just telling you, I got a strong feeling.
Girl, that's gonna mess his head up. I mean, I wanted to ask, before, but and right now I totally can't because Anthony's still mad at me because of what happened at the park.
So he's radio slow. Hold on, he's radio slow. All he can say, all all he has to say when the name change start ask for child support. I'm hoping he does that, but know him work already. You understand? Yes. Tashina, he is radio slow. He's like some molasses. I don't know if you guys have ever encountered molasses. Molasses is extremely slow. When you turn the bottle upside down, it takes a while to come out. So you have to put it down and you have to wait a day or two before even it run down. Even a little bit out of the molasses bottle runs out. He's that slow. It's tough that the businessman is this slow, but he is that slow. Should she get a divorce? Probably she should, but hey, it's good for her to know this. They still need to get back to the dates. Shayla seduced Ant on January 16th, and he was born on August 31 or September 1. It doesn't work. So BJ has a thing with the dates as well. So the thing is that they're saying that Shayla has been sleeping with other men. So she's been pregnant from before. Amber keep pushing the narrative. Anthony might file for a divorce and put Shayla in the mansion. And I am Team Amber. I don't want Amber getting hurt from Anthony and Shayla ever again. Yes, Spoon 12, they are. But at this point in time, I don't think that at this she has nothing to lose. Honestly, I feel like Amber has nothing to lose. She has nothing to lose at this point. I don't feel like she have anything to lose at this point with the baby thing. Let me ask y'all, does Amber have anything else to lose? Let me ask y'all that. That's a good question. Does Amber have any, here it is, anything else to lose at this point? That's the question, and I think that's what they're trying to give with the storyline. One for yes, and two for no. Now, people don't want to say her hurt, but me, I think she have anything to lose. I think she justified with asking for it.
But no, I mean, God, girl, what if it's not? Ooh, child. The plot thickens.
If it's not,
Well, I look at it like this, girl. I don't get involved when it's an innocent child. You know what I'm saying? I'm ride or die for you and Aunt, but at the same token, there's an innocent child in here. And I don't know if he's not the baby daddy. I just don't want that drama, that karma on me. You know what I'm saying?
But what kind of karma is that? This is what I don't understand of this. Everyone is backing away from, all of a sudden, everybody's backing away from not finding out the truth about this baby. This is what I don't like about this now. Everyone is backing away from the truth about this baby. Everybody are back way. And I don't understand why are people back. Maybe I've got to ask that question. Why are people backing away from knowing who Kai's real father is? That is my question. Why people backing away? It don't make sense to me at all. Why all of a sudden now everybody get so holier than thou and start saying, well, them don't want karma reach them and they don't want this to happen to them and them don't want that to happen to them. It doesn't make sense. This is extremely sad. And maybe this is what life really is, but it's extremely sad. For you to, in your mind, not think that this child needs to get to get exactly, who is the father. That's what we want to know. In a sense.
Maybe this is a situation. Maybe y'all just need to let God handle it, because everything that's done in the dark gonna come to light. I mean, we've seen that.
I know, and we need to bring it to the light.
And Amber is going to be the flashlight. We need to bring it to the light, and Amber is going to be that light. She says she had the light. She says she's a flashlight that brings this to the light. Maybe this is Amber's redemption mode. Why? Why, friends? Let me see one thing. Let me see some of y'all's thing. Anthony is a narcissist. He doesn't want to handle things. He cannot control very well. The writers never let Amber win. It's Anthony. Shayla and Angelina are nuts. I'm reading some of y'all's things. This is going to be Anthony's karma. I believe this will send him to have a crash out. Anthony really wants to be a father. I'm telling y'all, maybe this is the long-term thing that's going on here. That's what I believe. I believe that this is the karma. If there's any karma that Anthony can get, this is it. This is it. Rooster Nation is out there in the internet zone acting a fool. Team Amber is on a roller coaster ride as well. It's no nonsense and it's no longer fun. Nanya tired of them. Nanya is tired of everybody right now. Because they want us to have sympathy for Shayla, which is not happening. Thank you very much, Fee. Maybe I gotta ask that question because that's what they're trying to do. So they want to get you guys to have sympathy for Shayla. So that's a good question. Do you feel any sympathy for Shayla? Give me your take. 1 for yes and 2 for no. Do you feel any sympathy for Shayla? Based on this now, losing Kai would hurt Anthony more than losing his money. Yes, Petite, yes. This is where I think they're going with the store light. Come on, flashing light, Amber. Turn on the light and get a candle. No one wants Anthony and Shayla to suffer the consequences. It shows that people rather to live a lie than the truth. Karma is coming and it won't be stopped. It does show you that. Honestly, there is a level of it's quite interesting that everybody is backing away. Everybody are back away from the whole idea of we finding out who the real father of this baby is. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense to me either. It don't make sense. Amber had a miscarriage because of Anthony and Shayla. She did. She did. She did. That is true. That is true. This is going to be Anthony's karma, and I also feel bad for him because he is so attached to Kai. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if I'm attached to Kai. The truth is right now, the baby's dad needs to be known. Melon Star Way said the right thing a crap. Well, you know what? Again, there's so much into it. There's so much into it. The child is too young to know. God may be using Amber to expose this mess. After Angelina came to her house, I will find out. That is not about protecting Anthony. I don't feel sympathy for Shayla. Listen. The child is not too young to know this. The child is not too young to know its father. You know what? Maybe I gotta ask people that. If this, would you prefer to know your father? All right. Would you prefer to know your father earlier or later in life? Let me ask you all a question, right? So, oh, you don't want to prefer to know your father earlier or later? No way. No way. We can't see my buy. We can't see where you purchase. Can't see where you buy. Can't see what you buying. Vonswell is in the chat. Vonswell, what you say? Anthony needs to be more honest and really let them know Angelina and Shayla never handled the test. Vonswell, Let me tell you, Vonswell is a, here's what it is. Vonswell is a contrarian. Vonswell is a contrarian. Oh, you don't want to know about your father earlier or later. You want to know your father early so you can spend time with him. Who would want to spend their entire life with a man that may not be them father? That don't make no sense. So it is tough that everybody is on here saying them don't want it to be karma and blah 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 blah. It's nonsense. It's foolishness. Wow. V is tripping tonight. This is how Vonswell act out every single night. Don't put Vonswell on practice. Vonswell does this in the chat deliberately. Deliberately. Thank you very much, Marketa. Thank you very much, Marketa 2017. The way God planned it to be, that's when it should be. Exactly. That's what's going on. And right now, God has planned it that the baby is found out at this point. He needs to feel this. Perhaps Anthony already knows Kai is not his, but he's using the attachment to Kai to hold on to Shayla. That's really big. MYM, that's really big. Is Anthony using Kai to stay attached to Shayla? That's very interesting. That's a very interesting thing. 1 for yes and 2 for no. You know what? It could be a trap. It could actually be a trap. This could be, maybe he's really the trap. Maybe he really is it. No, Vonswell, you can't take Vonswell serious. David, by God, I think they mean that, based on how the writers are writing, the writers are trying to write from the perspective that this is how God does things. They're giving an example of it. I don't think they fully mean that is actually God doing this. The storyline is the storyline. I don't think so. Anthony kept Kai 3 times and fell deeply in love with him then 3 times. God. What really a dog out the man tonight? It's terrible. Talk to me here, guys. Or is it that Anthony's just high? It can be his karma. I just don't like how Amber gets excited in front of Anthony when he finds out she needs to let him be alone and feel it. You don't like that? Well, is she really getting excited? Is she extremely excited? I don't think she's extremely excited. She's concerned. But you know what? That's a fair question. All right, it's a fair question. Is Amber too overly, let's ask it, too overly excited about Kai not being Anthony's? Let me ask you all the question. Let me ask you the question. 1 for yes and 2 for no. Let me ask you the question. Let me ask you the question. I want Anthony to meet Iman at the house. There you go, Stephanie. That's what wants it going on. Let me ask you the question. There you go. Is Amber too excited? Let me ask you the question. Y'all say Amber, I don't think she's overly excited. I just feel like she's just, I just think that she's doing whatever it is that she can. Carl, let me see what Carl says. Let me see Carl's answer, because that must be an interesting answer. No, but Anthony needs the baby to get Shayla. She is willing at any time. He said, no, Anthony not willing to get Shayla. And he need the baby, because she's willing anytime. So, give me y'all's take. Is she too excited? People are saying Amber excited. Then they like say Amber is excited because they feel like something is going to happen. Do you believe she's excited? I mean, I understand why people think she's excited and why shouldn't she be very concerned? I would be concerned. It's like, I understand. I just cannot get people. You know what? I really cannot. But you know what? I guess this is why this channel amazes me all the time. Because some of the things I would think are just natural things, people don't see them that way. I've come to understand, I really truly appreciate all of this that I do on the YouTube space because I've really come to understand people's different viewpoints and how much them differ from my viewpoint. Like me might think something, but then you have all of you guys just commenting and say, no, O'Neill, I'm looking at it this way, or no, O'Neill, I think this is really it, or no, O'Neill, it's really this. It really amazes me. I'm going to be very honest with you. It really amazed me. Me not tell you any lie. I won't lie. Anthony no longer wants Shayla because Anthony knows that Shayla is a gold digger. You think he knows she's a gold digger? And she ain't messing no broke nigga. Ninja. People are concerned about Anthony, yes. But what about Amber and all that she has gone through and all that she has lost? Does that not matter? That is the question, Nanya. That is the question for me. It's almost like people forget so quickly. But what does that says about the populace? What does that says about the populace doing? Nanya, I'm showing you doing how much the populace is different with all of these. The populace look on these things a little different than us. You know, us mortals. I'm okay with Amber excited because she finally have something to be excited about, and I know she's not really excited to be back with Anthony. That may I say what? So what? The woman excited say it's not your baby. Who would? My question is, who wouldn't be excited? It's unrealistic for her not to be excited though. It's unrealistic. Realistic. It really is unrealistic because if you find out that this might not be the child and it may be a way that you can get this person out of your life, why wouldn't I be excited? I don't understand why people not, but again, this is why I love the channel. This is why I love the channel. That's why I love the channel, because you guys provide very thought-provoking point of views. You really do. You really do. Could he be experiencing Stockholm syndrome because he's protecting Shayla and not Amber? That's a good question, Brittany. Is Anthony experiencing Stockholm syndrome? One for yes, and two for no. And because the learning channel, not that it's Disney. Let's see if we can pull up Stockholm syndrome so we can see it, because the learning channel, right? Brittany has brought this to the front. So let us kind of work on Stockholm syndrome just so you can see the meaning and see everything of it. Right? Maybe I need to refresh myself too. Stockholm syndrome. There you go. Stockholm syndrome, for those who want to remind themselves. Like me, you know what, tell you what, I'm going to use myself then. Fine. Like O'Neill at once to remind himself, what is Stockholm syndrome? Stockholm syndrome is a psychological response in which the hostage or abused victims develop positive feelings and psychological bond with their captors or abusers over a time. Very interesting. Very thought-provoking. This is very thought-provoking. Could Anthony have Stockholm syndrome? He's been abused so much by Shayla and Angelina that he wants to go back. Could this be it? Could Anthony be experiencing Stockholm syndrome? Very interesting. Very interesting. And yes, Stephanie, she needs to be excited. I'm not hearing nobody say. She needs to be excited. Could he be experiencing Stockholm syndrome? This is a great one. This is actually a very, very good curveball that you have brought here with the Stockholm syndrome. This is very, very good. Very, very good point. Very, 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 very good. Why on a bright? Say if on a bright one more time. Vonswell can't take it. Vonswell cannot take it. Vonswell has lost again. Vonswell Vonswell is losing. Vonswell is losing and can't take it. Cannot take it. Cannot take it. My mind's telling me no, but my body. Vonswell cannot take it. Vonswell cannot manage it. And we are here for Vonswell because Vonswell is a sentinel. Vonswell is a sentinel. Vonswell is a plant. Vonswell is a Kountry Wayne writers plant. When the writers them writing and them don't have time to look at things, them send Vonswell over here. Whenever the writers don't have the time, when the writers don't have the time and they don't know how to look for things, or them don't know how to watch a channel because they don't have the time to watch a channel, them have to write, they send Vonswell. And Vonswell comes over here and perplexes the minds of the people on the channel. Vonswell, we know you're up to. But listen to me, Vonswell, you're always welcome. We know you're up to, Vonswell. We know what you're up to. Vonswell, we know we have you. We know Vonswell, we know say you're part of the writers team. Vonswell may be a part of the writers team. Vonswell is a part of the writers team. That's what's going on. Vonswell is an active member of the writers team. Active member. Active member. And because Vonswell is a member of the writers team, don't worry, Vonswell, we have the perfect song for you. Because we believe that you are a part of this nonsense that's going on, Vonswell. We're going to play a song. We're going to play a song, Vonswell. This is for you, only for you.
When you see some chicken eggs, get one at you like chicken eggs.
Don't leave, Vonswell.
My chicken legs, chicken head,